Welcome back, everybody. We are here again on a Friday for a live, quote-unquote, workout or a live session. Today we're going to be stretching, so I don't know if you want to title it workout. It is a stretch session today. I'm at the end of my week, hit it hard this week, and I noticed I hadn't done a stretching kind of mobility session in a while for our live workouts, so I'm going to do one today. So I know, like I said, I like to call it the live workout, but we're really going to be working on stretching, flexibility, and mobility movements today. So I'm going to start on the ground. Something, if you've done yoga before, probably seems a little familiar to you. So we're going to do a little up dog, down dog. Okay? Really good stretch of the posterior chain. With a down dog, drive my heels to the ground. And there's some people that can go straight leg for this. For me, I got a slight bend in my knees, driving my tailbone to the ceiling, chest to the top of my thighs. Then I go hips down, head and chest up, hitting that up dog. I just heard a couple vertebrae crack up there in the top of my back. Some people really can go on the top of their feet, really put a lot of force into that. Alright, let me just cycle back and forth between these two movements. Alright. Really feel a big stretch right here, right in those hamstrings. Lower back also. Yeah, so it's hard. A lot of people try to, they'll focus on the straight leg portion. So that forces them to almost round their back, right? So let your knees bend slightly and then push your chest to the top of your thighs. Really try to flatten out that back. Again, really good stretch in those calves and Achilles too. Oh yeah. Alright, drive that chin to the ceiling. Oh yeah. Once again, now more like so here, I feel this more in lower back for the up dog. One more of each. Let's spread my feet out a little bit. And you can do some modifications, or if you'd like to, obviously some people do three-legged dog. They can do little heel raises, do a little shin taps. We're just holding it, right? One more up dog. All right. Yeah, this morning I was able to do a kettlebell workout, upper body kettlebell workout at home. Got 3 jiu-jitsu sessions in this week. Got a heavy leg day. I was at the gym. Since I went to the jiu-jitsu 3 times this week, I didn't do any Peloton, so no stationary bike. So my cardio was at jiu-jitsu this week. All right, so now we're going to go to our back. And this is a glute stretch. Right? Pull, so don't too revealing for my shorts. Right? So we're here. We got the figure 4. Cross it over, and I'll show you from a different angle on the next one. So I'm just going to grab, keep my head and chest down, pull my shin towards my chest. Right? So, I mean, obviously, you could probably do this too if you wanted. I'm just using this figure 4, using this leg as kind of as my keeps that figure 4 in this position right here. So this leg right here is in external rotation. So you're actually working some hip rotation into this hip, and then you should feel the stretch kind of stretch down into the butt cheek. So you're probably getting a little piriformis on that side too. Then I'm going to let go and let my legs fall to the side here. So what I'm doing now is like an internal rotation stretch. So now I'm internally rotating my left leg, but I feel the stretch into the left hip and into the left side of my lower back. Really what I'm doing is my top foot, which is my right foot, is pushing that knee down. Not going to get down to the ground. I'm not, at least. Maybe some of you will. But you really want to feel the stretch up to the wraps around there. So your lower back will come off the ground. Okay, but I try to keep my shoulders pinned to the ground, and I look the opposite way. So I'm looking at you guys right now as my knees going that direction. All right? Pull it back in. And I say you can rep it out, 10-second holds, or you can hold longer, 30, 60, so it's kind of how much time you got. If you want to do a little bit more active or static stretching, we're going to do a little bit more active style. So I'll probably hold it, these are like 10, 20-second holds, if I really had to estimate. We do this one a lot with golfers because hip rotation is a huge part of the golf swing. And it's amazing, even though you rotate your pelvis or you rotate your hips, both sides, internally and externally, when you swing a golf club, or really you should. Obviously, the range of motion varies from person to person, but it's something that, maybe there's, some high-level ones obviously practice, but I think the general population, people don't practice hip mobility, especially hip rotation, on a regular basis, So, I'm going to switch sides. I'll show you from this view. This might be a good view for which I had this so you might be able to see it like here, right here for that figure 4. So this is now external rotation on my left hip. And for me, my left hip is much more external rotation, is much less than the right leg. And I'll show from the side. Let me show from the side, it's probably better. Right, so that'll give you a little visual representation. Like instead of being completely flat, I can push it, right? So I could probably get to, I guess, where, but you can tell right there's a little bit of an angle on that when I'm externally rotating. So it's definitely tighter, for lack of better words, on that side. Then we'll fall to the side. So the asymmetry for me is, and I think I got my internal, so this is my right hip internal rotation. A little bit less than the left hip, I think. I'd have to look away. But yeah, these are some of the ones that I'm really going to highlight a lot of my go-to daily ones today in the stretch session, right? So, before I did my kettlebell workout, I did a lot of these movements today, even though it was primarily upper body today, and I did some stick movements that you guys go back in the live workout archive, which is on our YouTube channel, you can find a stick mobility session that I've done. And it has a lot of the upper body moves I did, because I got a 5-foot stick at home that I like to use to warm up and kind of get things moving in the morning. Right. So this one too, and I'm actually going to change around real quick. So I'm going to show this a little bit of angle. So here, right in line with my hip, I will kind of move this foot out a little bit. Because when I fall, I kind of go down the side of that foot. Look the opposite way, really trying to keep my shoulder blades down. So my lower back, and my butt cheeks fit. So my right leg is bottom, internally rotating. So I think, did I switch my legs? No, good. I thought I switched. Yeah, I would say my right internal rotation and my left external are kind of my asymmetries. So I guess if you're looking, which is weird, well, not weird, but that would probably be my pelvis, the lax rotation, and the backswing. If we're talking about golfers, but that's a little bit too specific. All right, so now my open book. So focus on my thoracic spine. And this is a great one too for back, stretching your back. People have a lot of back tension, whether it be upper or lower. I think this is kind of a go-to move right here, right? So I'm going to do a version where I open up. I got my straight arm here. I'm pinching my top knee down with my bottom hand. I exhale, open, hold my eyes, hold my hand, and bring it all the way back around. Okay? Exhale, open. Just move my thoracic spine while my lower back stays essentially locked in place. So now I'm only really moving my upper back, but you guys will see when I go to my other side, because that will be my when I'm a little bit less range of motion on rotating to my left. This really has a nice good stretch into the lower back. right? So some of that connective tissue that's on top of the muscles, it stretches that, so it rotates it. So it starts here, right, and then stretches this, that sling fascia. It goes across your body, it runs in like diagonals across your body, on the front and the back side. Alright, so let's go to the other side. Just doing about 5, right? Hoo-yah, hoo-yah. Scooting up. I'm going to just preview a couple, run through a couple different moves here. And this is kind of typical what I would do in the morning. I'm going to have to switch around when I'll do a couple reps and show you how how my hand is not touching the ground back here. Let's see, I'm keeping my knee on the ground. Yeah. Not quite yet. Maybe 3 more reps and I'll kind of sink into that stretch even more. Oh, there we go. My knuckle barely touched. 2 more. Really gonna push all the air out of my lungs too. 1 more. All right. So now we're gonna do a 90-90 rotation, and I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show it from this side. So try to keep it PG, just because I'm wearing some of my compression shorts, and I don't want anybody getting a good view. But another hip mobility stretch, okay, and then we'll do some upper back stuff. I know neck, upper back scapular tension is a big complaint when people come in, especially morning. They say it seems to be almost a guarantee somebody's going to come in the morning and tell me, oh, my neck or my upper back hurts. So, slept on it wrong or something. So, which may be the case, because sleeping is I feel it's more challenging to sleep correctly than some maybe work out correctly sometimes. Alright, so that was a kind of crappy rep. But I'm going to lift this trail knee, right? So I'm externally rotating, and I'm really going to try to externally rotate as much as I can until I have to pull this knee up, and then I switch positions, right? And for some people, it's just a new movement and it's lacking a lot of, mobility. You can put your hands behind it. All right? Dig those heels in. You always want to have that gap in between right here. Okay? And that external rotation. An external rotation on this side definitely feels limited. It feels a lot more challenging on that side. I don't know if it's possible to see in the video. Yeah, kind of just rolling back and forth, kind of moving a little bit. I can feel like myself moving around on the mat, but I want to keep that gap right there. All right. All right. So now let's do some upper back. All right. So first one I'm going to do is shoulder mobility. All right. So I'm going to do a shoulder cart. All right. And I'm going to do it from tabletop position. All right. Actually, let's do it face down, completely prone, because this is a good way to kind of learn it. You're missing a little bit of the movement you do in front of your body, abduction and adduction, but this is also a great way to kind of teach your external and internal rotation for your shoulder. Okay. So I'm going to go nose and toes down, other hand's on the small one back. And that's kind of optional. You can keep it out here if you like. I like this. Kind of works my little, shoulder stretch too. So here, lift that thumb to the sky as high as it'll go. Externally rotate out till I come all the way back behind my back. Relax. Get a little scapular retraction, protraction, drive. Palms to the ceiling, internally rotated back. Back down. I'll do 3 in a row on this side. Externally rotate. Get it back there. Hinge at the elbow. Put my hands behind my back. Protract the scapula. Retract. And back down. 1 more. Lift. Internally rotate. I'm going to show you. I'm going to see if you can see from the back. Alright, so if I'm telling you I'm laying face down, so I got actually one arm here, right? So I lift, boom, and really, then I hinge here. Shoulder blades are pinching, right? And I protract them, retract them, restart. moving back. Boom. That's what it looks like if you were kind of, I guess, a downward view, right? Let's do the other arm.
So I'm getting a little double whammy on this one, doing the shoulder mobility, but also getting a little scapular protraction, retraction, right? So I wouldn't call this, probably a really true shoulder car. This is kind of like what we call swimmer, prone swimmer.
So yeah, if you want to focus just on scapula and elbow mobility, the infinity over,
Which I'm not going to, it's like so you got some similarities between those two movements, right?
Well, that's between the prone swimmer and a sitting over. All right, little adductor reach stroke. Okay, I got about 3-4 more minutes. We're gonna go. There we go. So I got my adductor, legs outside, foot flat. I'm rocking my butt back and forth. I'm going to show you from the side view when I switch legs. Okay, just rocking back and forth, feeling that stretch inside this area, the area most people refer to as a groin. Inside that adductor, kind of rocking back and forth, trying to explore that stretch. Then I'm going to take the same side arm, reach underneath, and then up to the sky for a little thoracic reach. We'll do 5, and then switch. Alright, switch sides. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit of angle, right? So got this out, right? Pushing the force down, feel that stretch activate. I'll feel that muscle activate inside my thigh. Rock it back and forth. Two more. That's one, and now reach through it. Alright, I'm going to stand up and do a neck car. So, really trying to take that neck through its full range of motion. Alright, flexion, extension, rotation. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'll get a little closer. We're going to pull our head back, get that retraction. Alright, pull that head back, drive my chin to my chest. I'm going to, for me, there's still a couple options, so let's do it this way. We got retraction, we got flexion, alright, and then we'll come back, chin to left collarbone, chin to right collarbone. Oh, my neck is jacked. Now we're going to go try to take it through a full circle with an extension too. I'll do chin to the sky. Alright, so you're here, retraction, pull your chin back. Chin to chest. Left collarbone. So I point my ear to the ceiling. Let my chin go to the ceiling. Ear to the shoulder. Chin to the collarbone. Back. One more. Other direction. Let's drive my fingertips to the ground. All right, that is it for us today, folks. Hopefully you guys have found that stretch beneficial. If you guys missed today's live, we're going to put it on our channel. On our Instagram for this week. Also, it'll go to our YouTube channel. So all the previous live workouts are on our YouTube channel if you don't see them on our feed. We'll let it hang out on the feed for a week, and then we archive it so we can put it up on the YouTube channel. So if you want to check out the past ones, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, and also leave a comment. You can tell us what you want for the next live workout. See you guys next week.